Hello everyone and welcome to another Deercast discussion with myself, Tom and Harry. And today we're talking about hearing protection, specifically within the context of deer stalking. Now, I know some people will just flatly refuse and say they don't wear any hearing protection at all, with or without a moderator. There'll be some people out there who'll say, well, I use a moderator so I don't need to bother with hearing protection. And then at the other end of the spectrum, there'll probably be some people who every single time they go out wear the big set of hearing defenders. And I think in agreement and having taken some medical advice, even with a moderator on the end of your rifle, it will be producing enough decibels that it's still causing damage to your hearing, albeit not as much if you weren't using a moderator. So I think both Harry and I probably feel as though when we go out, we ought to be wearing hearing protection even if we are using mods. Now, I use little in-ear custom fit guard thingamajobbies, and we're not going to go too much into detail of the specifics of these. I mean, they do have their slight flaws and pros and cons. I think you use a set of these or similar to these, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, in the past, I thought that moderators were enough. Yeah. I think the majority of people think or thought that was the case. I think you probably thought that they were enough as well, because, you know, from my perspective, if you shoot something and your ears don't ring, then I used to think, my ears are probably fine. But the thing with hearing is, if it's over 120 decibels, it'll damage your hearing. That's like a single sound that will damage your hearing. Yeah. And I was listening to some stuff on the radio about hearing the other day, and you know, your ears are very complicated, and it's not like muscle or bones in the sense that once it's damaged it will repair itself. Every time your hearing's damaged, it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So it's sort of like a cumulative thing, and that sort of like slightly terrified me about like tinnitus and stuff like that. And like hearing stories of people being kept awake by ringing in their ears, and I occasionally get some in my left ear because I'm left-handed. Yeah. And it kind of made me think, I should actually probably wear ear defenders. So yeah, I wear these. I kind of put them like this over my head because I don't really like having stuff over my ears whilst I'm stalking, because I feel like you need to be able to hear. Well, you know, you might hear a crack in the woods and you might go, oh, there's something coming out or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Or you might not hear if you've got them on, you might not hear you being really loud or something. So yeah, I will keep them on, and then I will just flip them down like that, quite easy. And then every time I'm on the range now, regardless, I will wear them. Always. And actually, I think it helps your shooting, really. I've never not worn hearing protection whilst on the range. I suppose my background shooting-wise, I started rifle shooting, target shooting, and so it was mandatory that you had to wear hearing protection. So I've never not thought to wear it whilst range shooting. Didn't particularly when I first started stalking, didn't wear them stalking for exactly the reasons you've just said. I thought it was going to be inhibiting what I was potentially able to hear. I started out wearing these, and you can adjust them so they amplify sound, and to be fair, I would probably still be using these in a similar way to Harry described, but I wear glasses, and I found that these pressed the legs of the glasses into my head and just made it a bit uncomfortable, and that's why I moved on to these, which again work in a very similar way, albeit they're moulded and go inside your ear, so you haven't got the protection on the outside. I haven't tried those, but I don't like having things in my ears unless I have to. It's not quite as comfortable for a prolonged period of time. So, and it might just be Harry and I being fussy in terms of I don't particularly like things in my ears either. And if I was out for a really long period of time, I'd probably want to pop them out, put them in my pocket. And the downside of these, I suppose, is that unlike those, if you want to quickly put them back on, if those are on your head, you literally, as Harry just said, slot them back on. Whereas if you've taken out those and put them in your pocket, you've probably got to go fumbling for them to get them out and stick them in. And in reality, if prize roebuck stumbles in front of you, you're probably unlikely to do that, and you think, sod it, I'll do it without. Exactly. I mean, people say that the over ears are slightly better hearing protection than the in-ear ones. I think that's slightly compromised if you don't necessarily put them all the way over your ear, or if you have a hat or glasses or something holding them off. Then if you don't have that perfect seal, as in your ear sits in there without anything kind of pushing this off, then I think that really compromises it. I read something about that the other day. But the kind of thing is that frustrates me a bit about doing what I do, is if you have something very quick that comes out, it actually takes quite a lot of time to go up and put your ears on, whereas you have them there ready to rock. So it's another thing to think about, isn't it?
And it's just getting used to it. I mean, I've probably only had these about, well, not even a year yet, And so whilst they do sort of annoy me in my ears, I'm sure after time I will just get used to it, and that's, yeah, I'm sure they'll become normal.
That's the nature of it,
and if it's protecting my hearing, then great.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it's like, you know, I'd rather let a deer go away than have, like, you know, an unmoderated rifle go off next to my ears or something, just because, you know, it's your health, isn't it? It's your ears. You never get your hearing back. So yeah, those are our thoughts. But, you know, as ever, let us know what you think. Chuck us a comment, send us an email, whatever. We'd be very interested to hear.
Yeah, I think leave a comment even in the comments sort of below this video saying whether you use hearing protection or not, and if so, why do or don't you? It'd be really interesting to know.
Thanks very much. Do like, comment and subscribe.